Hello and welcome to another episode of Josh and Kelly. As you can see behind me, that is not Kelly. That's my brother Joe. Kelly is back in Delaware at the moment, and we are in north central PA. We come camping for the weekend because we are still waiting for the space cap to arrive so it can be installed so I can do the build. So while it's doing that, we decided to take an opportunity, come out here for the weekend and go for a nice hike. So it's a beautiful fall day. And I think it's probably maybe slightly late for the leaves because a lot of them have fallen, but it's still beautiful. So we're walking down this road to get to the trail we're going to, and you can see Soph up there in the distance, loving things as they are. But we had a very interesting experience last night, didn't we, Joe? With those coyotes.
Yeah.
So we were in a cabin, and we were, it was probably, like 9:30, 10 o'clock. And a pack of coyotes was outside, not that far away, and pretty close, because they were quite loud, howling and calling to each other. And I think they must have found something, because they were very vocal about it. And then a little bit further down and around, so they were kind of calling at least on three sides of us throughout the night. So, which is interesting, because I didn't know there were that many coyotes, and certainly packs of them up here. I mean, it's not that they can't be, but I just never heard of them before. So, yeah, that was an interesting little bit last night. And of course, Soph heard them, and she wanted to go out to investigate, and I wouldn't let her out because they would just entice her away and kill her. So, made sure she stayed in. But yeah, it was interesting. As I was saying earlier, there's still some color to the leaves, but a lot of them have fallen. These trees are, I wouldn't say mostly bare, but there's a lot of bare ones there. And you can see there's a lot of leaf litter here on the ground. So much so that Soph blends right in. She's hard to see, but yeah, I mean, they're not all gone, but I don't know. If it was a week or two earlier, probably get a bit more color and volume from the leaves, but still nice. So we're walking down this trail, and we've come to this big clearing here, and this looks like hunting lodge. There's a couple of buildings there. There's a barn. I don't know if you can see it, but right there, there's a statue of a bear sitting on a log, looking down the road. So when you come in at night, that'd be the first thing you would see. That's kind of funny. But, well, it's well kitted out. A lot of buildings, infrastructure in this little bowl of a valley here. But yeah, looks really nice. So here's the statue of that bear greeting as you come in. Bear looks like it's smiling though, it's not menacing. It's cut straight out of that tree, that old tree that was there. That's not been placed on it, that's been cut out of it. That's amazing. Somebody did some good work with that one. Really good work. It's obviously terrifying to Sophie. It's on the back end of this one lodge, and the other one's there on the corner you can see, and that looks like their barn. And then this goes up the road, and that looks like, almost like there's a bit of an orchard that got going there. Yeah, interesting. So we're hiking back now, and some clouds have set in. It was perfectly sunny when we left. The clouds have set in, you can see through here. It was actually spitting on us a little bit too. So thankfully it's not actually raining. It was just an initial spit and then done. But we are continuing on, and hopefully we'll see some wildlife. But with Sophie up there, I think maybe they'll probably hear her or sense her and take off, but we'll see. We're back at the bridge across this creek. But there's a kind of a crossing here on the right where all the ATVs and stuff use. And it is normally full of water, but it's quite low. Normally these rocks are covered in water. So it's actually very low at the moment, which I guess is not understandable this time of year. It's been dry, but yeah, very low. I mean, this creek is hardly flowing, and this is the main one down this valley, so it's been very dry. All right, so we're coming back to the kind of the head of this trail near the road. As you can see behind me, it's kind of all mowed and stuff. I'm just here at almost at the road now, but yeah, we've had a good hike. It's not been super long. What's our distance, Joe?
5.5.
5.5 miles. We got probably at least, my guess is a mile back, so 6.5 to 7 is what I estimated. So I think we're going to be right on that. And yeah, pretty good for a couple of old guys. Joe with 2 knee replacements, and me with my knee surgery. So yeah, we're doing pretty good. So far on this walk, we haven't really seen much wildlife. Birds really is all we've seen. We've heard an eagle and crows, obviously. And then we came across, what do you think those were? Grouse or something else?
Probably, yeah.
We came across a group of them, probably 3 or 4, and they went bursting out of the undergrowth when when we approached, and we didn't get a good look at them because we were in pretty thick cover at the time. But yeah, so we haven't really seen much. Soph has been frantically trying to find some squirrels to chase. We haven't seen any of them either, so we're gonna get back, have a little bite to eat for lunch, and then head out in the truck and see what we can find in terms of wildlife that way. All right, so we are actually out for a drive. There's the truck, looking a little dusty, but nonetheless. And some of you may recognize this spot. Kelly and I have camped here in the van a couple of times. I think once in summer and once in winter as well. And there's a nice viewpoint up here, which we're going to go and have a look at. And they've done a lot of work with the place. It looks like they put more gravel and stuff down and all that, and gotten it ready for summer, because there's a picnic table there, there's another one over there, and they've actually got these as designated campsites now that you need a permit for. But nonetheless, here's the view down to the lake, and yeah, it's funny because when we were walking earlier today, I kept saying how the trees had pretty much lost most of their leaves and all that. But when you look at it from here, it still looks very green out there. And there's some color to it and things, but for the most part, it looks pretty green, which is crazy because a little bit higher up the mountain, and even up here where we are, you can see most of these trees up here are kind of either lost or in the process of losing all their leaves. But even that little bit down the hill, and they're a lot more green. So a little strange, but nonetheless, this is where we are. And we are, I don't know, probably going to keep riding for a little bit just because it's a nice afternoon for a ride, and see what we can find. Soph's enjoying her little excursion out of the truck. We've been in there for probably the last hour, maybe driving, but yeah. And this one, she has been a tick magnet today. I've pulled off probably at least a dozen ticks off of her after our hike, because she was, every time I looked, there'd be another one crawling. I'm like, oh, pull it off, and it's all that. But, that's part of it. Thankfully, she's got flea and tick and all that, so even if they do bite her, she'd be pretty good. But nonetheless, we prefer not to have them. But, yeah, we may even drive that direction out there. For those of you who don't know, if you're looking out that direction, I think out there on the horizon is actually New York State. That's probably how close we are. But yeah, it's a nice view any time of year, winter, summer, or autumn like it is now. Alright, so we're just pulling in here to what is the ranger station. And there's a bunch of wild turkeys. And Soph is getting a little bit anxious about them. But yeah, I mean, that's a nice sized flock, that. That's close to a dozen all up. So, yeah. Nice wild turkey. Well, good morning. We had a very nice and quiet night last night. Went for dinner, and which didn't take a long time. They were having some sort of a function on, and so we're very basic dinner. Took us an hour and a half, and they forgot our appetizers, but no problem. So anyways, you can obviously see the truck behind me there. We are on our way out. We've just come down to the bottom of the hill to the lake, and let me just show you this because it's beautiful. Look at this. It's kind of a warmish day. Let me get a better angle here. It's kind of a warmish day, but it's perfectly still. It's like a mill pond out there. There's not a ripple. Not a ripple. And you get the clouds coming in. And if you look, you see that gap right there in the trees. That is the vista. That is where we were yesterday, and we showed you this view, and you saw the lake down here. That's actually where it is. You can see it up there on the mountain. But yeah, it's beautiful with the clouds just coming across the mountain there over the lake, and it's like absolutely still. Absolutely still. It's beautiful. And I hear the eagles crying. Yeah, amazing. But we're on our way home, and we're going to stop for some breakfast. But hopefully, the next video clip will have Kelly in it. You'll actually see her this time. But we'll see you there. So I'm back with Kelly. Y'all thought she was dead or something because, she wasn't in the video. I told you she was here. So Kelly, what have you been up to this weekend?
Visiting friends and shopping, retail therapy, and did some cooking. Made him some banana bread to come home.
Oh, that was so nice to come home. Not the house clean, but there was fresh banana bread, and the smell just hit you as you came through the door. That was amazing. That was amazing. So we had a weekend away from each other, which is very unusual for us because that's normally not the case. But we're happy to be back, and yeah. So another week is down, and I'm hoping in the next week we get the notification that the cap is ready for the truck. That'll be nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, until next time.
To our goal that we're waiting for.
Yeah, we're getting much closer. So until next time, we'll see you out there.
See you out there.